Hello and welcome to a new series here on the Greasarm channel named Hungary, because how could you not name it Hungary? And we are going to be playing as the self-named Hungary in MNT 3.0, which I was lucky enough to be given access to by the devs last summer, and it's taken about till now to figure out how to play the game. And they've made some amazing updates. Um, it's incredibly complex system, and we'll get into that more as we go along. And I'll try to explain things, but mostly I'll try to just get into it, and hopefully you'll learn by exposure, and I'll learn along with you because I am definitely not a master so far. I would say I'm good enough to survive, not so good enough to thrive yet. Anyway, the way that the game that we were playing is as Hungary, and they have an interesting idea set. They have the legacy of the Magyarok. The ideas have been changed to legacies for all the countries that have them updated so far, which is most countries, although these guys don't have them yet. Anyway, the lower Balkans. Anyway, so we are the legacy of the Magyarok. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, and I will be mispronouncing tons of things throughout this series, so just be aware. I will read out the name and the effects of it. So the first one is Arpad. It was Arpad who led the 7 tribes to our new homeland. It was he who fought those who sought to force us out. While much has changed since the days of Arpad, all Hungarians know of the semi-mystical not mystical, but also mystical, founder, and it imbues our people with a sense of unity across the Carpathian Plain. This gives us farmland cost minus 5%, because it's such a nice little fertile area, and culture conversion resistance minus 10%, and although it says culture conversion resistance, I think it actually lowers the resistance of other cultures from being converted to ours, is how it works, is as much as I understand it. But I could be wrong, so let me know in the comments if I'm incorrect about that, but that's how I understand it. Next is the Crown of St. Stephen. On Christmas Day of the year of our Lord 1000, the Grand Prince of Hungary, Stephen, was crowned King of Hungary. This marked the beginning of our transformation from a tribal society to a truly Christian kingdom, and Christianity is intrinsically intertwined with our people. This gives us spirituality concern, plus 25%, which makes it so that if we lower our spirituality modifier too much, the people will be more restive. And tolerance of the true faith, plus 1, which is just about the same as the base game. Next is the King of Croatia and Dalmatia. The kingdoms of Hungary, Croatia, and Dalmatia have been bound together by a shared ruler for centuries, and this will continue for centuries yet. Croatia acts as an example for all future subjects of the Kingdom of Hungary, and is living proof of our willingness to respect past agreements. This gives us diplomatic reputation plus 1, and improved relations plus 15%, which I believe is also the same as the base game. The effects, that is. The next one is the Golden Bull. First established by King Andrew, which, by the way, all of our monarchs will be named Andrew because my name is Andrew in real life, so therefore, it's a match made in heaven. First established by King Andrew in 1222, the Golden Bull has redefined our society. All nobility are equal and have the right to disobey the king if he performs illegal acts, are free of all taxes, and are not obligated to go to war outside Hungary. With such a document, the king's power is far less than that of the other kingdoms of Europe, and the nobility's power quietly affirmed. Institutional authority plus 10, which means that our monarch power generation is less about the ruler and more about the institutions, is how I understand it, although I'm not quite sure about the actual intricate mechanics behind it. Ruler authority is minus 10. Hierarchy concern is plus 25. That's the same as the spirituality concern. Basically, if you don't have enough hierarchy, your people will get restive and not happy. And your legitimacy plus 0.1. So that's cool. Next up is Eternal Vigilance. When the Mongols first came, they brought unimaginable devastation with them. Hungary burned, and our people suffered with it. When they returned, we were ready. Modern forts, modern tactics, and eternal vigilance won us that war. While we have defeated the Mongols once, we must always be ready for them to return. Which, unlikely in 1356, but you never know. Garrison infrastructure cost minus 10%. That's pretty nice. That means that our lands will be well fortified, and it'll be cheaper to do so. Fort maintenance minus 10%, so that's for the super fortresses that you actually build the building for, which is one of the only building in the game that is that's not infrastructure. Fort defense plus 20%, which makes it harder for people to siege us, so that's nice. The interregnum. When Andrew III died in 1301, the kingdom was left orphaned. A dozen powerful lords struggled for power, and the rightful king was, as chosen by the Holy Father himself, was left with no choice. Charles I reunited the kingdom by force of arms and diplomacy, but it took 20 long years. Hungary came perilously close to shattering altogether, and it cannot be allowed to happen again. Elite power from autonomy, minus 10%, that is extremely important, because we do not want the elites to be too powerful. It's a little bit of a balancing act, and this helps out with that. And national unrest minus 1. And the last one, which I think is their best idea, is when the interregnum ended, Charles I was left in a position of nearly unprecedented power due to defeating many of his rivals and seizing the lands for himself. He utilized this power to enact massive centralization reforms, all with the aim of making the crown the foremost power in Hungary, which is kind of like antithetical to the Golden Bull one. But anyway, so this gives us monthly autonomy change minus 0.05, which is incredibly important because autonomy is very difficult to get low, and maximum centralization plus 15, which is also very nice because centralization gives us things like stability, harsh treatment, increased stability, it decreases autonomy, and reduces war exhaustion. It just does a lot of good things for us. So anyway, the more of it, the better. Although it can be the one downside, and I think this doesn't show all the effects because it's at 0 right now. But the one downside of having high absolute solutionism is that it does erase your unrest in all of your territories. So you do have to be a little careful that you don't centralize too much too quickly. Anyway, so we have not unpaused yet, and it is 7 minutes into the recording. So let's get going. First up, we're going to hire our advisors. So advisors have factions, which is very important because it gives them influence, which can change the laws that you're allowed to change. So we don't really have anybody that's in either. My two favorite factions are the bureaucrats and the burghers, because they are the best at investing in the cities. But we will go with the urban production tech efficiency and technology cost guy. Then we will go with let's see, that's the bureaucratic faction, and burger faction. Let's go with Barnabas. Well, because we're getting our alliances, I think it's more important to get the diplomatic reputation. So we will go with this guy. I don't know how to pronounce that, but I'm going to say Pal. And then finally, for our military, it looks like we're definitely getting siege ability. And that's the. I don't even think that they have any power in our country. The clans, yeah, no. But then the bureaucrats will be the last one for our factions. So that has an effect on this, which is our faction screen. See spiritualist, aristocratic, bureaucratic, metropolitan, and chiefs, which have 0 because we don't have any tribal men in our lands, as we are a Western Christian kingdom. Blah blah blah. Anyway, we have Louis the Great d'Anjou, who's a pretty great ruler. He is secretive, so we detect spies, and he's a elusive shadow, so we can make spy networks better, and our diplomatic reputation is higher, so that's nice. We will be trying in this game to complete this mission tree, which is a pretty large one. So it makes you develop Hungary, the sack Venice, which is, it's a thing. Conquer Naples, make it our subject. So basically, it makes you conquer, like, I would say from here to like here, and then around, and then out to like here-ish. So anyway, and of course down in the Balkans. So yeah, and the biggest enemy, of course, is probably going to be the Ottoman, who is going to be pretty strong even in this mod that starts in 1356. So finally, we will unpause and let the game do the initial calculations. That will take a second. But first, we will want to see who we want to ally. Why are you unhappy with me? They want Bergenland. Oh yeah, because they have a core on this, don't they? Yeah, they have a little core. Well, I can see why they'd be hostile. Well, let's go and... Who do we want to be friends with? Well, let's wait one day, because I don't think you can get any alliances, actually, in the first day. Yeah, so we'll wait for January 1st, which will come pretty quick, but then it'll do its calculations, and then there'll be a stoppage. That is the downside of this mod, is that there are stops. It is not as bad as it used to be, where it was every month. Instead, it's only 2 days of the entire year, which is January 1st and July 27th for some reason that I can't be exactly sure of. But yeah, so those 2 days it'll stop and catch a little bit. But other than that, it'll be it's a lot more seamless than it was. Let's say that. So let's go and oh, who's oh, still calculating. I tried to click on OK, but it's still doing some calculations. When the cursor disappears, it's basically giving me the little blue circle that says like, "Hey, we're trying to figure something out here." But yeah. So yeah, Hungary's at a very interesting point. It has many mines across the Carpathian mountains. I don't know how to pronounce them. Anyway, so yeah, we have many mines across the top and right side of our country, and then we have some very good farmlands across the center of our country. We are at war with Venice right now to take back Jadera and Spalatro, although I believe there's an event that fires pretty soon that will change the outcome of that war. Let's go and improve relations with Austria, because I don't want to go to war with them yet. And let's go and I don't know if we're probably going to lose this alliance because of the have a core, but we'll see. And then let's go and ally somebody like, say, Milan? Well, here, let's see who wants to ally us. Nobody does. Okay. Your number of allies cannot exceed that permitted by your international influence. Possible allies. -1. How many do we have right now? And who are they? We are Jesus, allied with Friuli, Gorizia, and Padua. Padua, I'm okay with. This guy. I do not want to be allied with Gorizia, and I do not want to be allied with Friuli. So let's go into these guys and dissolve these alliances. And wait for my diplomat to get back. 4 days. This is a whole nother layer of the game is taxing things, which I'm not even gonna try to get into because it's so complicated that they gave you a way to delegate it. And then here we have a mission fulfilled for some reason. What is that one? Old alliances. We must have. Oh, I'll take it. Whatever. 150 diplomatic points. And then we want to go to Gorizia, and we want to dissolve this alliance, because we are going to go to war with Austria pretty soon. And we can defend the border, have 6 castles in our provinces. Man, it's pretty nice. Just 153 diplo points and military points. I had no idea that that was available from the very beginning. And then let's go and get centralizing. And let's go... And I think I want to get rid of fortification ideas, because it's just bad. It's garrison size, which is like, I mean, it's not really that useful. National garrison growth, also not that useful. Fort maintenance is nice. Fort defense is nice. Attrition for enemies is okay if you have an idea for it, but we don't really. Border defense, fort maintenance on border with rival, not really that useful. And minus unrest, unrest -3, which is good, but I just don't think it's worth it for the idea slot. So I think we're going to go and get the military points. And then choose something a little bit more interesting. So let's see. I think we want to get... So let's see. What is aristocracy ideas? Aristocracy is having common ability plus 10%. Yearly armor tradition decay, that's pretty good. Base hierarchy, that's good. Chance of a new heir, plus 10%. Manpower recovery speed, cavalry cost, and 8 liters of that upkeep. Diplomatic reputation, diplomatic relations. Yearly legitimacy, aristocratic influence, I don't like that. The bottom part. And serving the realm, advisor cost, leader cost, and prestige decay. I mean, it's an okay group. So let's see. We could go. Could we go? We can't go trade Diplo because that's what I really want to get evangelical ideas. But let's see. What do we want to get? I think we want to get either administrative or bureaucratic real quick. Yearly state reach. That's so good. Bureaucratic influence. Yearly clan power -2. Maximum centralization. Yearly corruption. Stability increase interval. Possible advisors. Not really that useful. Advisor costs. Administration cost. Administrative efficiency. And just a lot of administration efficiency. I think we're gonna go with bureaucracy ideas because it is just so good. Yeah, I want that state reach. Really, that's the big one. Is the state reach because that is very difficult to come by. Let's go forward. We're not gonna do anything with our estates yet, even though I would like to. With this fancy new interface that does need to get extended. I don't know how to do that. But it's okay. You know, it has some really cool things like this pie chart, which shows you the percentage of the resource share of your country, and your urban property share, your wealth share. So as you can see, like it changes versus how powerful these states are in specific areas. It has your privileges, your reforms in all your other states. It's just this really cool screen. I just wish it had a better background. Anyway. So then we are going to go and finally almost unpause completely. We have 2 and 5. Let's get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one more course. And meanwhile, let's go and get a general. Who's our leader right now? He is Louis the Great d'Anjou. We don't want to lose him, so let's go and get a general. And he is 2 siege, that's nice. And let's go to Splatro. Oh, yeah, there we go. Nope, why is it not letting me? There we go. Okay, just because it's such a tiny little province. So we still have too many diplomatic relations, because we are allied with Poland, we are leading Croatia, we are leading a march with Moldavia. I didn't even know we had that. Let's go and improve relations with you. And we have, who else do we have? We're still allied with Padua, Austria, and Poland. And we have those two. Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, let's go win this war real quick, which we don't really actually have to win. Because let's go with, do you want to go light looting? Yeah, light looting. Mostly because we're gonna take this territory, so we don't want to burn it to the ground. Because in this mod, you can burn things to the ground very effectively. And it is, it's a little painful to watch. You can, I mean, obviously you can't watch it, but, you can see, like here, I'll show you. You can see how many people have died due to casualties and due to looting in the provinces. And when those get high, it can be like, oh wow, I killed 10,000 people just from sieging that city. Anyway, can we get a royal marriage with you? No, because you're hostile. I think we might lose this alliance with Austria, which is okay. I mean, it's not the worst in the world. Yeah, so why did you go to there instead of... Anyway. He is landing, and I believe he'll try to go siege down this fort. I'm correct. Nope, he is going to come to me. I don't want to fight you. That's gonna... Every man in this mod comes from your provinces. So the more men that die in the war, the less men that are, you know, fighting the enemy. I don't want to do that. Knowledge sharing from Padua. This is for commercialization. I will absolutely pay you money for commercialization. Well, 466. Are we getting it immediately anyways? a little bit, but very, very slowly. And we're not going to get it anytime soon by conquering territory. Yeah, I'd say yes. It's gonna hurt our economy, but we need that commercialization because it'll quickly ramp up. Let's go and get our two groups together. Our troops together. That's what I meant to say instead of groups, but whatever. Venice. It's accepted it. Oh well, that's funny because we didn't take the Condottieri. I think someone else did. Well, so we are going to sit and be ready to defend our provinces. So we won't attack him unless he's actually going to be sieging something down. Which he is sieging, but he can't take it in this tick, obviously. Venice has accepted the offer to hire units from the White Horde. What the heck? The White Horde. Jesus. That's quite the group to run to, but our eternal enemy, the Mongols. Kind of. Ish. More the Tatars, but you know, whatever. So yeah. Oh, another little gimmick in this campaign is that we are going to be doing we're going to be naming every single one of our rulers Andrew, because my name is Andrew, and Hungary happens to be maybe the only country that names its rulers Andrew. So, when in Rome, or when in Pest. So yeah, we'll be doing that. When does this war end by event? That's the question. And I want to get out of this province because it is giving us attrition. July 27th is coming up, which is going to give us a little bit of a pause in the action. He's at negative 28%. So yeah. I also have learned that it is very important that you do not spend too much money on investing it too much too early. It is a great way to tank your economy. So I will go more into that once we're out of this war, and we will go and see what the infrastructure is in our country, and what the population is like, and what the yeah, all those statistics that you need to be aware of in this mod. But I don't want to do it yet because we're at war, and no, I mean, I guess we could. I don't know how many residents do we have here actually. Now that I immediately go back on what I just said, we have only one amenity, and it's enough for 10,000 people. We already had 10,000 people here. We have 2 harborage, which is because we are on the Danube. I think we might see if we could build. Well, let's just see how much rank 2 amenities would cost. 169 ducats. Alright, so we are not going to do that right now because it is too expensive for our blood. But soon enough. I think we're going to go and pick off this little guy because he will not want to move off with a siege. And I don't want him to siege it down anyway, so we're going to have to fight him. But that was easy enough. Let's see. Got there on the 20th. Will we cross a river? It's a shrub highlands. I mean, we're pretty much going to be fine. Yeah. 13,000, 9,000. Hopefully we will be okay. But you never really know. There are modifiers such as... Oh, well. And Serbia joined. Thank you, Serbia. There are modifiers such as... Yeah, we only have ordinary regulars. So the more you fight, the more you this gets better, and this modifier gets better and better. So I don't know if we're gonna actually win this fight. Yeah, we're not. That's rough. Okay, well, let's go and run away as soon as we can. It's not letting me yet because it's not letting me retreat. There we go. Well, that's too bad. We got some reinforcements. I think we would have had him if he didn't, but there goes about 3,000 men down the drain. It's cool how much this mod makes you aware of the deaths that are happening in your wars. But anyway, yeah, I don't think we can stop them sieging that down. What is the conquest of Dalmatia? Take Coinchadera. Ah, so we're supposed to be attacking here. Well, not going too well. Why are you not helping me at all? You are... do not have a pass through here. No, there is a pass to this province, right here. I don't see why you're not helping. Let's go and ask him to join. Oh, and we can stop improving relations with Austria now. Instead, let's improve relations with Poland, because he's our actual ally. Although we can't join this war because we started before the game even began. Diseases, Palermo has a chronic plague. That's rough. Where did their troops go? Anyway, we're recovering our morale right now. You are not disloyal, are you? Oh, January 1st means it's gonna be a little bit of a break. And actually, that's a good spot to have a stop. I know it's not very glorious right now. We're just losing a war versus Venice, but don't worry. It'll I'm pretty sure it'll end by events pretty soon, which is why I'm not really, you know, hiring mercenaries and all that kind of thing. Anyway, that's a good stop for our first episode. So if you want to watch this Hungary become hungry and eat much of Eastern Europe, then subscribe and like and all those fun YouTube things. So anyway, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.